what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, it's the world honestly burning. That's all I'm learning, hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, we put the work in, we got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do it.
So this is what I dub the baby Evo build, and the reason we call it that is because it's got a TD05 20G twin scroll turbo off the Mitsubishi Evolution 8. And we've had this car quite a while now, but we've got it to the point where it now starts, runs and drives on the new setup. So this is just an overview of the work that we've done on it. So at the heart of the beast is the stock 4G15 engine from the same engine family as the Evo 4G. And then we've got this custom, really aggressive tubular manifold on here with the TD05 twin scroll turbo attached to it. Now we've had to remake absolutely everything on this now because we're expecting the engine to breathe a bit heavier. We've got this custom baffled catch tank system with braided hoses with AN fittings. Internally baffled, my own design, little drain bung down there, roughly about 1.5 litres in capacity, which matches the engine, that's the important thing. And we've got a nice K&N panel filter on the top there, and then we've got our logo engraved into that. So with the manifold being changed, we've had to modify the water outlet, and we've got this nice aluminium tube there, only because the factory radiator hose was touching the manifold. So we've fabricated this little aluminium rail here to route the coolant around the manifold. Now we've got our boost pipe work, which is 2.5 inch, and we've also got a 3-inch intake with the MAF sensor as part of the housing. We've got a little 3D printed insert in there, which aids laminar flow, which helps the MAF sensor read correctly. We've got a nice little aluminium expansion bottle there, just waiting on the hose for that to arrive. And then we've got braided oil feeds and the like, and then down here we've got a cheeky little wastegate. So I know what some of you are thinking, twin scroll and we've got a single external wastegate. It's fairly simple to explain. We'll just stick the car up in the air so we can show you. Now we can't see as well as I thought because of this boost pipe, but if you just look up there, you can see we've got the wastegate, which is just here, and then that is the downpipe flange. So what we've basically done is, with this being a twin scroll, it has 2 separate chambers for the exhaust gas, and what we've done is we've welded up the actuator hole, which is up here somewhere where the actuator rod comes out, and we've removed both penny valves inside of the exhaust housing, and then both of those penny valves are now operated by that single wastegate. Now it does work in a bit of a budget build like this, where, you know, as soon as you start putting 2 wastegates on, you know, you're talking 350 quid a wastegate, and, you know, the budget just goes out. It just gets difficult to control. So this is the budget option. It does work. Up to when you start to sort of get 450 plus, we can get a bit of boost creep from it, because obviously the angle's not the best in the world, but it does work. And then we have a special gasket which we fit to the downpipe there in between the exhaust and the turbo, which seals the bridge in between the downpipe and the wastegate, so we don't get any form of bleed off effect through the little bridge that's created by the gasket. And then for track purposes, the customer wanted to keep it quiet, so we've got a just a dead simple merging there with a flex bellows in there to take up any movement the wastegate might have. And then we've got our full 2.5 inch stainless steel TIG welded exhaust system, which we make in house. These are similar systems that what we do off the shelf. The only difference is this customer wanted a custom slanted Japanese style exhaust tip, which is what we've got here. And then we've got some TN suspension, we've not fitted, it's come on with the vehicle. And we've got some nice, I'm not sure which rotors they are. Yeah, stop hating on fake wheels. But rotors are affordable in lots of nice different offsets. There's nothing wrong with them, absolutely nothing wrong with them. But other than that, the car's fairly tidy. It's got some fairly low mileage on it. You can see the downpipe and the over axle section there. It's quite tight in between the engine and the subframe. We've got a boost pipe work there, our turbo, oil drain that we've all had to custom make. And then we've got a 2.5 inch boost pipe with a Mitsubishi intercooler, and you're not going to be able to see it, but you might be able to see the hose just there. But we've got a 13 row oil cooler situated behind the intercooler in direct airflow. And then to do the oil cooler, we've had to remotely mount the oil filter, which is up there. And then we've, rather than use elbow fittings, we've opted to go with banjo bolts with, I know it's a bit of a cheating way to do it, but we've used Doughty washers to make sure we don't get any leaks. And then banjo lines then go up to the oil filter housing, and then the oil filter housing, the hoses go between the radiator to the oil cooler, which is just up there, if you can see it, probably not. The important thing is the oil cooler works. We've tested it. When we first put it on, a lot of oil filters have a one-way valve in, so it's very important to get your oil flow going in the right direction, because if you go the wrong way, it's going to stop oil flowing through the oil filter, and then ultimately starve the engine of oil, and then leads to a dead engine. But we took our time with this. We spent a good half hour making sure it was primed properly and the oil was circulating the right way, and it struck up first turn of the key. So I know you all want to hear what it sounds like, but unfortunately, A, it's got a dead battery, and B, it has got fuck all fuel in it. So I haven't had time to go get some fuel just yet, but it's literally got no fuel in the system. But it does sound very nice. It sounds just right in my opinion. You got a right, it's just the right level of loudness. And how nice the exhaust sounds also, and I'm really pleased with how the exhaust sounds on this. Now the question I'm sure you're asking is the engine forged? What are the power goals? Well, currently the engine isn't forged. It's probably going to go somewhere else to have that done. But the turbo has been rebuilt by our good friend Matt Davison at the Turbo Shop Darlington. Cracking guy, knows exactly what he's doing with turbos. He's rebuilt the turbo for us, and we know that on an Evo that the turbo in its current trim is good for 450, 480 at a push. So obviously bearing in mind we're missing half a litre of capacity, obviously the 4G63 is a better flowing engine. So we're aiming sort of like for 350, 400 at a push, and that's going to make it a very fun car to drive, considering the size and the weight of it. So don't need a lot of power to have a lot of fun, but it's going to be a cracking car to drive once it's up there. So there's no build vlog of this vehicle, unfortunately. I've been building this vehicle over the last year and a half, and I've only really thought about started doing the videos last month or so. So you've really sort of seen it in its near enough final stages. There's a couple more bits to do. We've just got a sort of clutch out, some injectors, a diff and a fuel pump, and at which point it's ready to go for mapping, and then back to the customer. So because of the reason there's no build vlog, you've sort, you know, the car's basically finished at this point, so there probably won't be another video on this until if you sort the mapping out. So yeah, we'll post results up on the Facebook page when that time comes. And other than that, I just want to thank you for watching this video. Consider a like, share, and subscribe and all that bullshit. And we'll see you in the next video.